majority of where our food comes from is from small-scale farmers, right? I think up to 70-80% of the food we consume. So why do you think, I think if you look at from a policy perspective from our government, they don't get a lot of assistance from the government. Why do you think is that the case, and how can we rectify that?
I think when it comes to smallholder farmers, the government the policies implemented by the government are not pro-small-scale farmers. Sadly, when you look at the Kenyan government, I think it's part of the Malabo Declaration, yeah? And it's required by that declaration that 10% of our budget is dedicated towards agriculture. But if you evaluate our budget, it has never actually gotten to 10%. So money aside or resources aside, the policies as well are not favorable for the small-scale farmers. Because when you look at agriculture has the highest employment multiplier effect. By that I mean, if I'm able to grow food, health, hospitals can actually have food, so I'm contributing to healthcare. Transport industry, I'm also contributing to that because the food needs to move from one place to another, yeah? Aside from that, there's also manufacturing. The food needs to be processed. So there's various ways in which agriculture contributes to the growth of an economy. And our government has not been very much focused on agriculture, because if they increase the budget towards agriculture, then various sectors of our country would actually be thriving at the moment. And policies now, we have various policies that don't support small-scale farmers, because what small-scale farmers are actually asking for is, we need agricultural extension services, We need somebody, agricultural officers, to come and check our farms. What's going on? How can I decrease soil erosion on my farm? How can I improve crop diversity on my farm? How can I conserve water on my farm? But we don't have that. What we've seen in the recent times is that the agricultural extension officers that go to visit small-scale farmers are those ones who work with agrovets. So they're pushing a certain product. They're pushing either seeds or fertilizers. So when they come on the farm, they already have an agenda. And the agenda is that I want you farmers to use this particular product that I'm selling you, be it a pesticide or a fertilizer or the certified seeds. So smallholder farmers want more agricultural extension services. That's one. And then two, they also want inputs that work for them. I mean, it's been in the news, the scandal on fertilizer, fake fertilizers, fake seeds. So farmers, I've interacted with farmers and worked with them for a couple of years now. And fake seeds is not a thing. It's not a recent thing. It has been happening. And farmers are saying that the seeds they're using now, they're buying from the agrovet shops. Some of them fail to germinate. But the seeds they use, their own seeds, the ones they save after harvesting, those ones are germinating. Yeah. But the government is not taking any action on this. So farmers are getting fake seeds, fake fertilizers, and the government is not acting on this. Yet, 80% of the food produced in our country comes from small-scale farmers. Some farmers have no access to water. It's a matter of government saying, okay, we are going to make sure that farmers from this region, for example, the semi-arid and arid regions, making sure that these farmers have access to water. Right now, our agriculture is rainfall dependent, which is not a very good place to be in as a country, and looking at the vagaries of climate change. So is our government investing more in that? We saw what happened at Galana Kulalu, billions of Kenya shillings were actually sunk in Galana Kulalu. Project, so nothing came out of it. So our government doesn't really value agriculture as much as I saw like the current government was campaigning on, hustler and all that, the hustler narrative. They're going to lift the mama mbogas, but the mama mbogas also need that mboga. For them to sell that mboga, it has to come from the farmers. Yeah. So if the farmers are not growing food, the mama mbogas are not in business, sadly.
Yeah. I think when you talk about like the hustlers or the bottom-up model that the current government politic about during the campaign season, from the look of things, it was like small-scale farmers heavy, because the small scale farmers are the hustlers, right?
Yeah.
They are the ones who do anything for them to grow their own food. So, I mean, from the wording or from the marketing that they did was pretty good in terms of catching the hearts and souls of those people. But at the end of the day, they have better or higher interests that they need to serve